Beneath the golden mask of ancient Egypt lies a truth few were ever meant to hear. They called it the land of gods and eternal life, but behind the glitter was fear, blood, and deception. Archaeologists have opened tombs where silence still screams. Every statue, every temple hides a story the pharaohs hoped the sand would keep. Tonight, we follow those whispers into the dark. Number 10. The first labor strike in history. How does a world built on divine order suddenly grind to a halt? In the shadow of Thebes, the royal tomb builders of Deir el-Medina put down their chisels and blocked the road. They weren't rebels, they were hungry. Ancient papyri record their words. We are starving. We have no rations. Men who carved eternity for kings refused to lift another stone until their families ate. For the first time, the voices of common workers echoed louder than the will of a god-king. The empire trembled, and the idea of obedience was never quite the same. Number 9. Bread that destroyed the elite. Egypt's bread fed both peasants and pharaohs, yet inside every loaf hid the desert itself. Sand from grinding stones mixed with the flour, wearing down teeth grain by grain. Even the royal mummies show abscesses and shattered jaws. Luxury couldn't buy relief. Gold meant nothing when your own food poisoned you slowly. Civilization's greatest gift became its quietest curse. Number 8. The black goo of death. Open a royal coffin and you meet a body sealed in darkness. A thick, tar-like resin covers every inch, a blend of beeswax, oils, fat, and imported bitumen. To priests, it was holy armor. To modern eyes, it looks more like a suffocating tomb within a tomb. The mixture hardened into a black shell, trapping both scent and soul. Was it devotion, or an attempt to conceal decay, or theft, or shame? Even in death, Egypt wrapped its rulers in secrets. Number 7. The fake cat mummies. Faith could be bought, literally. Worshippers paid priests to offer sacred animals to the goddess Bastet, trusting their gifts would please the divine. But when scientists scanned thousands of mummies, many contained only sticks, feathers, or mud. A booming market of holy fraud had grown inside the temples. Millions believed they were buying salvation. Some were buying empty cloth. When devotion turns into industry, even the gods become merchandise. Number 6. The hidden pharaohs. As grave robbers tore through royal tombs, priests faced a terrible choice: leave the dead to be plundered or move them. So they unwrapped the kings, labeled their mummies, and hid them deep within the cliffs. 40 pharaohs stacked together in a secret chamber. Ramesses the Great, Seti I, queens, princes, all stripped of splendor. The priests saved their bodies but erased their glory. Centuries later, explorers found them piled like relics in a forgotten storeroom of eternity. Number 5. The tomb robbery trials. Justice in ancient Egypt was as cruel as it was divine. The Abbot Papyrus reads like a crime drama: guards whipped, nobles accused, confessions ripped out under torture. Gold vanished from coffins, bodies burned for quick profit. The men sworn to protect the sacred dead became their predators. When greed infects faith, even immortality can be stolen. Number 4. Counting victories by severed hands. On the temple walls of Medinet Habu, victory is measured in limbs. Soldiers stand before the pharaoh holding piles of right hands, the proof of every kill. Each hand earned its owner gold, rank, or rations. The bureaucracy of war turned slaughter into statistics, and when records demanded numbers, compassion no longer counted. The sands of Egypt have never stayed still. Every discovery uncovers another secret, then buries 1,000 more. For 3,000 years, the Nile has whispered the same warning: nothing sacred ever truly sleeps. And if you felt that chill of curiosity, the same one the ancients once feared, Leave an offering of your own. A simple like tells the algorithmic gods that their stories still matter, and that the desert hasn't swallowed them just yet. Because the next truth hidden beneath these sands is darker still. Number 3. The murder of a pharaoh. Rameses III, the last great warrior king, met his end not on a battlefield, but in his own bedroom. A harem conspiracy led by his wife and her son cut his throat so deep it severed bone. For centuries, the crime lay hidden behind ritual language, until CT scans revealed the wound the scribes dared not describe. A living god undone by mortal ambition. Even the most divine blood can be spilled by those who share it. Number 2. Retainers buried alive. At Abydos, the earliest kings took their servants with them into the grave. Dozens of men and women were poisoned or strangled so their souls could serve in the next world. Their skeletons lie neatly arranged beside the royal tombs. No struggle, no escape. To die for the pharaoh was considered honor. To live without him, unthinkable. Empire began not with monuments, but with sacrifice. Number 1. The pharaoh who erased the gods. Akhenaten dared to do what no ruler before him had imagined. He declared every god false except one, the sun itself, and built an entire city to worship it. For a moment, he reshaped heaven and earth. Then he died, and Egypt struck his name from every stone. Temples smashed, statues defaced, his city swallowed by sand. History's first monotheist became its first erased prophet. The message was clear. Challenge the old gods, and even memory will betray you. 3,000 years of splendor, carved in stone and shadow. Behind every monument lies a secret written in blood, hunger, or fear. Egypt promised eternity, but eternity always has a cost. The sands still whisper those debts, waiting for someone to listen. If you've walked this far into the dark, leave a sign. One small act to let the ancients know you're still here. And tell me, which secret should have remained buried?